All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are in Rainwater Studios. It's Wednesday night. This is the stream. You might have heard us bantering in the background. Tonight we have help, and we're very appreciative to Eric Hamblin and Jim Schilling for coming in here and assisting Mandy and I with our technical needs. And tonight we're very proud to introduce to you our good friend Chris Webb. He tells me he is originally from Nashville, Tennessee. Then he did some time here in Brown County, and we did some time together over there on South Shore Drive, which was awesome.
We did indeed. We did indeed.
Right now he hails from Indianapolis, but he's come down here to grace us and let us hear some of his original music and some really interesting songs that have some historical significance that he'll tell us more about as we go along.
But yes, sir. Made a point of that.
Yeah, totally. I hope so. There's a lot of good stories behind these. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, this is Chris Webb.
Thank you so. You might see a little bit of Cannonball Rag and something called Peace Falls in here. Empty look on his face, and his eyes told the story of a man still in love with a woman years away, and he'll wonder if he still exists. Never gets any easier than this. I won't stop now. Forgotten how. Keep on pushing till sunsets on the east side of town. There's a girl on a midnight train. She had a missing page from her book. She's wondering why she's still around in light of all the risks she took. When she's looking for a way back. But she's solid gone, forever bound to be alone. Stop now. I've forgotten how. I'll hang my head until the peace falls on the battleground.
Hopefully that won't matter.
saw a man in Monument Park with an empty look on his face, and his eyes told the story of a man still in love with a woman years away, and he's wondering if he still exists. Oh, it never gets any easier than this. I won't stop now, I've forgotten how. Keep on pushing till the sun sets on the east side of town. I won't stop now, I've forgotten how. Hang my head until peace falls on the battleground.
Very nice, man. Very nice. It's been too long.
It has been too long that we've seen each other, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a fun experience.
Right on. A long way from Story, Indiana, where I caught you the first time with the, I think I was telling you, Ramblin' Jack Elliott and the Tim Grimm Show and the Riders in the Round.
Yes, indeed. That was a great show up in Story. We got up in the barn for a little while and played off of that. And, yeah, Ramblin' Jack was there. And Tim Grimm, of course, he's going to be at this year's Pat Webb Memorial Show. It's March 22nd, I believe.
Uh-huh.
Tim Grimm and several other people. I'll have more to announce about that kind of soon. But,
Do we have a venue picked out yet for that?
Yes, it is. It's at the Indianapolis-Marion County Public Library. It's the Clues Auditorium inside
Cool. Nice
in the
venue
main
there.
branch.
Awesome.
So,
Yeah. And Pat deserves that. Pat was an early innovator in guitar and folk music and blues music.
yes.
Really
Yes.
cool guy, too. Good guy to have known.
He was. He was an incredible guy. Just all the things I picked up just being close. You know, and that's the stuff that's intangible. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He could turn to me and tell me something, or eye me something to play or not play. But all the things I picked up, well, it wasn't exactly a one-on-one. That's the intangible stuff. So I miss that a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Well, what do you got for us next there, Chris?
I was gonna switch it up and do something new of mine. It's called "A Song in My Heart." So.
Right
And I was even going to do it in another key. If I lose faith, if I get feeble, if I'm lost in a crowd of evil, if I am swallowed by followers I'm followed by, if the killers of earth ever try to drown me, start a campaign to build a wall around me, or if the truest thing about me flows out of range, song in my heart, song in my heart, song in my heart, song in my heart will never change. If I prayed to God, God would pray to love, love would pray to sin, sin would pray again, prey upon the weak, too afraid to speak, waiting on the meek to inherit such a bleak disaster. Would not put it past her. Song in my heart will never change. the ocean drinks the ground. If I lay my burdens down, if the cops come soon and I'm still talking to the moon, and they find that strange, song in my heart, song in my heart, song in my heart, song in my heart will never change. If I get weak, if I get feeble, if I get lost in a crowd of evil, if I am swallowed by followers I'm followed by, if the killers of earth ever try to drown me, start a campaign to build a wall around me, or if the truest thing about me flows out of range, song in my heart, song in my heart, song in my heart, song in my heart will never change.
That's a nice one. When did you write that, brother?
Oh my God, that's over the last month, within the last few weeks, yeah.
Hot off the presses.
Yeah, I've been enjoying, I've had a burst lately of a few things. Been wanting to get a few things on record that I haven't. About 10 or 15 tunes have come to me in the past year or so, so
Awesome.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, those are nice seasons, aren't
Yeah, it's nice sharing some of them with you here tonight. There's a couple more that we're going to put on the record that'll probably show up on this tonight.
they? Yeah, you're sharing them with me and our friends here in the studio, but looks there's some people I'm not familiar with that are probably your friends. A fella named Brian Helton.
Oh yeah,
He's on here. He said, "Warm it up, Chris."
I'm about to.
Nice. There's a Marsha Leachman Hanley.
Oh yes.
She says that you can play. And I think she's right.
This is one of those accusations that I've heard for a long time, and I'll try to do some actual playing here in a second, Marcia. And,
Nice.
Yeah, and Brian too. I'll try to warm it up even.
Awesome.
My God. Otherwise, it would be wiggity wiggity whack. That is the thing of this. Is that
As the
not
kids
the
say,
song?
I think that's what the kids say.
Yeah.
What's this song here? Are you gonna warm it up on?
This is going to be a good segue.
Uh-huh.
This is in the folk tradition. My mom, Charlotte Daniels, studied at the Library of Congress and became an ethnomusicologist, and studied under Alan Lomax there. And she collected 400 years of folk history, English ballads, English-speaking world, and things like that. And she taught me a lot of things, but one of the things that I loved learning from her the most just by watching was a Woody Guthrie number called Pastures of Plenty.
Mhm.
And me and the Beaten Poets did a version of it for a number of years, and sometimes we'd close with it. And I've actually changed it back up, but it's one of my favorite songs. I thought I'd play it.
Awesome.
So,
Looking forward
Pastures
to
of
it.
Plenty. It's a mighty hard road my poor hands has hold. My poor feet have traveled this hot, dusty road. Out of your dust bowls and westward we roll. down deserts so hot, and through mountains so cold. We haven't worked in your orchards, peaches and prunes, slept on the ground neath the light of your moon, and on the edge of your cities you will see us at them. For we come with the dust and we go with the wind. California, Arizona, I have worked on your crops. Gone north to Oregon, gather up your hops. I've dug the beets from your field, picked the grapes from your vines. Justice sat on your table, that light, sparkling wine. Well, it's always we ramble, that river and I, all along your green valleys I will work till I die. My land I'll defend with my life if need be. For these pastures of plenty must always be free. Green pastures of plenty, dry desert ground. From the Grand Coulee down, where the waters run down, every state in this union us migrants have been. We will work on your fight, and we'll fight till we win. We haven't worked in your orchards, peaches and fruits. Slept on the ground neath the light of your moon, and on the edge of your cities you will see us and them. For we come with the dust and we go with the wind.
I just feel like I got a little piece of history right there.
I like that song. It turns out differently every time I try it. You could ask Dave Sisson about that. He knows that pretty well.
Right on.
He used to play that with me, and I think it would be a different tempo or different set of measures every
Hmm.
single time.
Kind of, kind of Bob Dylan style then, huh? You like
I
to get
guess.
plays it the
I
same,
guess.
anything the same way twice.
Mm-hmm.
Your cousin said howdy. Good job, Wendy Webb.
Oh yeah, my cousin Wendy in California. Yeah,
Right on.
they're musicians out there. Whole family in regular secular music, and then some in praise music and contemporary Christian. So
Nice.
kind of neat stuff. Interesting side of the family. I've yet to meet some of them. So.
Uh huh. Yeah, I got family out there too. We'll have to take a road trip someday. Well, what do you got here, brother man?
Okay, well, speaking of that Nashville birth address, Music City, USA, this is a newer thing of mine. It's called The Incredible Shrinking Back. And
Interesting.
just sort of shrinks away. Seems no one will ever treat me kind, but I just want someone to waste my time. You won't hear me say that I'm too good for you, 'cause it could be true. It could be true. I was a good man before we met. Now a good man who's fully paid his debt. I don't ask my God why he lets these things go on, 'cause it could be wrong. It could be wrong. So I left Nashville with a six string and a sack, headed home to my town, a big racetrack. So tell all your sorrows to my incredible shrinking back. The kid is gone, not coming back. In love with every word that trickled from your tongue. Did more damage than the smoke that burned my lungs. You think your falsities are the things that run this world, selfish girl, lonely girl. So I left Nashville with a six-string sack, headed home to my town, a big racetrack. Tell all your sorrows to my incredible shrinking back. The kid is gone, not coming back. Kid is gone, not coming back.
Yeah, I like that.
I have a little fun with that, yeah.
Very poetic title too, I might add. It leaves you wondering, could have multiple meanings.
Yes, I've thought about a few of those things. It was like my own shrinking away from the person that I was at that time too, and shrinking away from like size your ego can make you, or the kind of stuff that even if it isn't ego, but it's the kind of stuff a musician has to push into his head to keep going, and
Uh-huh.
and also try to sell.
Right.
So you'll get there one way or another, but you come by it honestly.
Hmm.
But, backing away from that self, shrink back a little.
Right. Learn to walk the tightrope
Yeah,
between
it's in there. You got it.
confidence and ego,
Yes,
pride.
indeed.
Yep.
Wow.
Dig it.
I know you've had a lot of experiences with the same sort of stuff I had in the 90s and things like that, early 2000s. A lot lately with being pressed from all sides and this band, that band, and doing stream and
The ups and
the
downs,
studio
the
on the
highs and
side,
the lows.
yeah.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah. We just keep pressing forward. The diminishing sine curve of life with an upward trend, we hope.
You want me to play another here?
Oh, yeah. What do you got now?
I've got little Balkan Song of Winter, which is mine, and a little something you might recognize as Summertime later, if it works out. Summertime, and the living is easy. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is high. Your daddy the rich, and your mama's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. gonna rise up singing. You will spread your wings and take to the sky. Till that morn, know that nothing can harm you. With your mom and daddy standing by. Summertime, and the living is easy. Fish are jumping, the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich, oh, your mama's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry.
Very nice. That had some memorable words in it, things I've heard from other places, I think. Your mom is rich and your daddy's good looking, is that? I think that might be in another tune I'm familiar with.
It may be.
Uh-huh.
Yes. That was from an old thing called Porgy and Bess. W.C. Handy wrote it. And,
Uh-huh.
I always loved singing that along with my dad or Yank Rochelle. We would play cool versions of Summertime, him on mandolin and me on guitar trying to keep up.
Nice. And you mentioned Yank Rochelle earlier, and I had to be schooled a little bit. You said he wrote the intro song to the Blues Brothers?
Well, the movie The Blues Brothers opens with She Caught the Katy, and that is Yank Rochelle's song, yeah.
Cool.
He played for many years. He came up, I think it was recorded in the 20s, if not the 20s, the 30s, all the way through the 90s. And he played with Sleepy John Estes and Hammy Nixon.
And so when you were
Lots of
jamming with
people.
him, you were in your like teens, and he
Oh,
was in
I
his
was-
70s or 80s, or
I started out, I was like 8, I think,
Uh-huh.
when my dad was heavy with him. So we would go over to their house all the time, and it was just like, bring me my mandolin, boy. And that was my job.
Right.
Bring mandolins. And then they would hand me like bongos sometimes, and I'd just play along. I remember being there for a news report, and Ray Rice from Channel 8 is there, and I'm bongoing along. Well, this blues legend,
Uh-huh.
Delta legend, he also made his mark in Chicago while he did his thing.
That's its
Then, yeah,
very own type of privileged upbringing you experienced there. A different type of privilege altogether, an artistic
different
one.
type. But yeah, when I was in my early 20s, early to middle 20s, I got to play with him for a while too.
Awesome.
So, and just a teensy bit of, 12 to 15, but I wasn't really much of a player then.
Sure. Well, it led to this, and you're a player now.
Yeah.
And that brings up this next tune, Blue Pills. I saw you conversing with Jason Reiki online not too long ago about the Percocide
The Percocide Blues?
Blues. Yeah, I thought that was an interesting title, nice combination of words
It is
there.
an interesting thing. Yeah, this is a sort of related song. But funny as you mention it, I was going to sing a little bit of the Percocide Blues.
So they're not the same. Blue Pills and Percocide Blues are two different tunes?
They're two different things.
Gotcha.
Although I haven't worked a way to get them into any sort of, I don't know, like a thematic kind of a Rush type of thing.
Uh-huh.
Interrelated tunes slightly. But I was going to open this with a little bit of the Percocide Blues.
Right on.
Because you get a feel for it, and it's a little more New Orleans-y than anything else. But and then into Blue Pills. So.
Cool.
Before I could think, I think I took me a drink, threw up on the floor and poured the rest down the sink. But then I started up thinking again. saying one was the problem, maybe next time try 10. And I would pray to God, asking God no more. And God would pray to Katie, telling her to bar the door. I took the blame for you. Seems you couldn't have checked in on me when you got home. Took the punches in. I could see the ones nearest my eyes. You never said thank you, brother. You never said it should have been me. You never said thank you, brother. Paid me back and never understanding me. And the sunshine never made the day much better. And the blue pills, they only shortened the night. And the sweet dreams, they don't come at all anymore. And all I got to say for myself is that I'm still alive. I rule the world until you disagree, and then I'm nothing. I was sailing on the sea till you sailed to sea, and then I wasn't. You never said thank you, brother. You never said it should have been me. You never said thank you, brother. Never said, Chris, come have a drink on me, or cry. At least I'm still alive.
Yeah.
I didn't want to end something so dour on such a dour note, so
Well
the
done.
Galway races on the end of it.
Cool.
Wow, this is a fun experience, man.
You twisted like 3 songs together there, so.
Sort of, yeah. Yeah, I guess
Dig
I
it.
did. I'm taking advantage of the song list, by the way.
Uh-huh.
In the future, folks, don't, if you're to appear on this stream, don't do like entire Rush sides and write them into like this one thing on the board, because they're on to me. So next person has to suffer that one, I think.
Well, that was a diggable tune right there, man.
Yeah, thank you.
What's
I was gonna reach back and do something title track of our first record. It's Christopher Webb and the Beaten Poets. It's still available in places.
Uh-huh.
I actually had to find one on Amazon, I think.
Is this the album Spilling?
This is the first one, which is Long Gone Season.
Long Gone Season.
This is the title track.
Title track. Gotcha.
slipping away on spring's first day. I was God's own drunk, I was fearless. There was nothing in my way, nothing made me nervous. I am one for the rising sun, an early morning woman. Who's the one that sang that song? I can make it without someone. Long, long gone, long gone season. Hear me rustling in your backyard, tapping at your window. Katie, baby, would you come out to play? The moon is low, tide is high, but I must be going. I'm sailing on warmer waters. Holding out for the summer sun, adrift above the earth. Now I miss the days of the long gone past, what was stripped from my youth. And so I took a trip down the old highway to our home. Trees, they all look the same, at least the ones they're not cut down, grown a little taller now. And my children will know this place, what has happened here. Oh, it's a long gone season. Hear me rustling in your backyard, I'm tapping at your window. Katie, baby, would you come out to play? Moon is low, tide is high, but I must be going, sailing on warmer waters. Warmer water.
Nice.
Oh, thank you, man. Love playing that song.
And that one was called Long Gone Season.
Long Gone Season. Yes, indeed.
Indeed.
Title track, first record. And hopefully we're going to get that up on streaming services soon, and at least get something, to where people can get a hold of it, or SoundCloud sometime soon.
Yeah, SoundCloud. This entire stream will be up on SoundCloud within the next few days
That
at
sounds
Rainwater
good.
Studios, and then maybe you can also check it out on YouTube. We'll upload the whole stream in audio and video glory to our YouTube channel at Rainwater Studios. A minute ago, we were talking about this next tune, I think, this Copper Kettle.
Oh, yes.
And I think you told me that your parents recorded this in 1960?
They did. They recorded this for the album just called Charlotte Daniels and Pat Webb. And they did it in New Jersey in 1960.
60
And they had
years ago
met.
this year.
They had met that year. And a little known fact is the only other player on the record is a guy named Gil Robbins, and that's Tim Robbins' father.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, so it's just the strangest, but it was one of the first records of its sort of ilk within the folk revival, and it was kind of a cool record, but this song always stuck out to me, and it's called Copper Kettle, and it's one of my favorite songs.
And at the time when they recorded it in 1960, that guitar you're holding was something like 28 years old.
Probably.
It was like
yeah.
in 1932, you say?
This is what she used to record it, too.
No kidding.
She got a Yamaha later in life, I remember, but passed this down to me.
Amazing.
And Dad was using, I think, a 0028 at the time. So I think that was in 1940.
Wow.
So they would have been kind of newish then, a 28 and a 20-year-old guitar when they recorded it.
This song will definitely hold the record for the most historic song played in this studio.
Oh my gosh!
Tear it up, brother.
I appreciate the chance at that.
Yeah, this is Copper Kettle.
All righty. Get you a copper kettle and get you a copper coil. Fill it with new mixed corn mash, and nevermore you will toil. You'll lay there by the juniper while the moon shines bright. You'll watch those jugs filling in the pale moonlight. Build your fire with hickory, ash, and oak. Don't use no green or rotted wood, 'cause they will catch you by the smoke. And lay there by the juniper while the moon shines bright. Watch those jugs a filling in the pale moonlight. Daddy made whiskey, and my granddaddy, he did too. And they ain't paid no whiskey tax since 1792. They just laid there by the juniper while the moon shone bright. Watch those jugs a filling in the pale moonlight. copper kettle and get you a copper coil. Fill it with new mixed corn mash, and nevermore you will toil. And lay there by the juniper while the moon shines bright, and watch those jugs a filling in the pale moonlight, in the pale moonlight, in the pale moonlight.
That's one of the original Moonshiner songs right there.
I think it is. I think it is. I think that worked its way into an old vaudeville sort of traveling musical theater bit.
Huh.
And someone got a hold of that from writing it down and got passed on the old folk tradition, things like that. Well,
So a straight up traditional tune, huh?
yeah, it's like mix and match. You know?
Cool.
It's, I mean, I've added things to stuff.
Uh-huh.
You're going to
Totally.
hear one in a minute, as
Right.
a matter of fact. But yeah, I think that's how the folk tradition carries on, and blues tradition, roots, anything like that is among all of the things that are obvious to us. It's not that it stops at this one, you know, okay, here is all that's come before us. Now it stops, and now we are a reflection of it or an homage to it. Well, the death of the oral tradition and passing stories and songs on, you know, comes right soon after that. So, you know, we've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why there are fewer musicians doing the kinds of things that you and I do.
Mm-hmm.
But just a thought.
Right? Yeah. Like, music's taken on a whole new electronic flair these days. Sometimes there's not even an actual instrument involved, not a physical instrument.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I know.
Yeah. Tripping.
Sometimes the guy isn't even involved either.
Right?
There can be a nothing standing on stage and in front of a computer, and man, people will dance to
Right.
it.
I seem to remember you doing some really interesting different things up and down the neck on your guitar.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do a little bit of that?
I
this
will
evening?
do.
Will you show off for me a little bit at some
If
point
you
here?
would like me to, I will. Yeah.
That'd be pretty trippy. I mean, don't deviate from your scheduled program for me, but
No.
at some point, finger tapping and all this craziness
you
that you
got it.
guys, yeah.
You got it. I didn't think to actually play that.
Well,
but,
I should always ask you to show off. I should ask
I've
people to show
got
off a
one or
little bit.
two. How about I do Last of the Great Summer Rainstorms?
Okay.
Rainstorms is one of the things you probably heard. So.
Thank you so much. That's great.
Ah,
That's
ah.
like that fingerstyle stuff, man. There's a fingerstyle competition that happens down at the Playhouse
Oh yeah,
every
yeah.
year in Nashville, Indiana, and that would be right up their alley for sure.
Yeah, I've been asked a couple of times to have something to do with it. I'd love to.
How about that? This is the third time you've been asked. Now I'm saying we should
Okay,
talk to Chuck Wills. He's a big part of organizing the thing. Kara Barnard, and
why not?
yeah, let's get you down there while
Why
you're feeling
not?
spry.
Sounds good to me. Yeah.
Awesome.
I may only have a week of this, so let's.
You might have to last a few more months. I don't think it happens
Yeah.
until like I don't know, July or August.
Yeah, it was
I'm not sure.
July.
Is it July?
Yeah, so that's a really good show actually.
Oh, it's amazing.
Good competition.
The harp guitarists that they
Oh, yeah.
bring in there, especially, is like it's otherworldly.
Yeah, it's some of the most beautiful stuff.
Yeah. They did
Yeah.
one that was called something like the view of the Earth while you're falling from space, and I could swear I could see it like I was the astronaut falling from space.
Oh man. Oh. So, did you want me to carry on with?
Yeah, carry on.
Couple?
Complete your set here. I think you've got Steady Rollin' Jody
Yeah.
into the Titanic Blues
Yeah.
ready to go.
Going to do a little bit of that.
And then we'll call it a night, and we'll digress to some late night revelry.
All right. Well, I thought I'd do some Steady Rollin' Jody because it's one of my father's songs. And
Awesome.
Titanic Blues is sort of a combination of a lead belly, a traditional, and a little bit of me because I just added some of these verses. So, see how this goes. Lord, steady rolling, heavy going. Lord, steady rolling, heavy going. Lord, steady rolling, heavy going. Till the sun goes down, till the sun goes down. If I could drive like John Henry, if I could drive like John Henry, if I could drive like John Henry, leave my home, don't you know, boys? Yes, I would leave my home. If I could tamp it down like Jody, if I could tamp it down like old Jody, if I could tamp it down just like a Jody, never have to work no more. I would never have to work no more. Lord, steady rolling, heavy going. Lord, steady rolling, heavy going. Lord, steady rolling, heavy going. Till the sun goes down, till the sun goes down. Now Elizabeth Taylor, she told Zsa Zsa Gabor. Elizabeth Taylor told Zsa Zsa Gabor. Gonna have to Google them, kids. Elizabeth Taylor, she told Zsa Zsa Gabor, if I had me a Jody, I'd never get married no more. Don't you know now? Never getting married no more. Lord, steady rolling, heavy going. Lord, steady rolling, heavy going. Lord, steady rolling, heavy going. Till the sun goes down, till the sun goes down. Well, sailing all ports and call, the great ship unsinkable, fare thee well, Titanic, fare thee well. Sailing all ports of call was the great ship unsinkable, fare thee well, Titanic, fare thee well. Well, Jack Johnson tried to get on board. Captain said we ain't all in no clothes. Fare thee well, Titanic, fare thee well. Now Jack Johnson tried to get on board. Captain said we ain't all in no clothes. Fare thee well, Titanic, fare thee well. Well, when he heard about the mighty shock, should have seen him doing the Eagle Rock. Fare thee well, Titanic, fare thee well. When he heard about the mighty shock, should have seen him doing the Eagle Rock. Fare thee well, Titanic, fare thee well. Steady rolling, heavy going. Lord, steady rolling, heavy going. Lord, steady rolling, heavy, heavy, heavy going. Till the sun goes down, don't you know, boy? Till the sun goes down, till the sun goes down.
Man, I think you might have saved the best for last there. You got the blues down in your bones, don't you?
Oh,
That was awesome. Thank you so much.
my pleasure, bud.
Will you do me one more big favor as I say goodbye to everybody at home? One more time, this is Christopher Webb. Catch him at the Seasons when we'll be having our next First Friday showcase. That'll be February 7th. Christopher Webb will be there with Spank and Mickey, Ryan Harrison, Frank Jones, and Steve Plessinger.
Awesome.
It'll be a fine show. Next week, we're going to have Christopher Garner in here. He's of Canby, Indiana. He's a millwright and a musician. And that one last favor I'd like to ask you, sir, can you just do some picking as we fade this thing out?
Sure
and
enough.
say our good night?
Sure enough.
Yeah.
Here it is.
We want to thank Jim for running our lights and Eric for running our sound tonight. Thank you, Mandy, for always being here running the video cameras. Bless your heart. Jim Schilling, Eric Hamlin, Christopher Webb, ladies and gentlemen.